Hello everyone and welcome. I would like to take this moment to thank all of those who subscribe to my channel awaiting the DIY CNC mill completion or at least some sort of progress with it. Currently, I'm working my way through an enormous pile of side project which keeps growing and cause nothing but distraction. Please be patient, the mill is coming. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to check it out and subscribe for more awesome videos. One of those distracting side projects turned out to be my old well pump replacement, which grew into a complete well revival. It happened to be that when my family and I had been gone for a few days, the irrigation pipe broke and city water leaked out and flooded my entire backyard, causing huge monetary loss. And I am talking thousands of dollars worth of water poured out. When we bought the house back 3 years ago, the well was already drilled but was not hooked up and the pipe was capped off. I meant to fix it sometimes, and this time around I was determined to get it going and use well water for irrigation from now on. First things first, gotta pull it out somehow. Research revealed that I have to turn this nut clockwise to get the pitless adapter to release. Pulling a deep well pump is no easy task. The thing weighs about 150, maybe 200 pounds. So I got this idea to use Harbor Freight manual winch secured to the top of the ladder by means of a frame bracket of some sort. Finally, after about 6 years of laying around, my old metal bed frame came in handy. Pieces are cut and welded together to form a frame that will sit on top of the ladder. The winch is bolted to the frame. I used the drill to turn manual winch into electric one. And this is how you pull a well pump on a Jeep with only one person. The pitless adapter gasket looks like it could be okay to perhaps to be used one more time. Improvised clamping system kept the pipe secure while I was disconnecting sections of pipe and swapping winch cable, then pull up. One after another, 20-foot sections of 1-inch galvanized pipe were pulled and disassembled. After 50 feet, the pipe looks like it was water stained, and that's a good sign. I should probably consider myself lucky, for the pump is only 105 feet in the well. At the end, I saw something interesting. Even if the pump was working, the water wouldn't go up because there is a hole in the pipe, and this is just the beginning of my adventures. Tried to disconnect the pipe, it broke off and almost fell. That would not be pretty. I was not able to identify the type of the pump. The only clue I have from the tag is that the pump may be from 1973. This is 45 years ago. So I ordered a bunch of stuff: 3-wire type, 1 horsepower pump, spool of special wire, filter housings and filters, I also put a small dent into plumbing store's inventory of copper fitting, and so it began. I made new piping layout in such way that water enters the house. System of valves allows for filter assembly to be engaged or bypassed. Two filters work in parallel, yielding better water flow rate. Pressure switch will turn on and off the pump to automatically maintain water pressure within range. It is able to do that when used in conjunction with a bladder pressure tank. Water also branches off to outside faucets. Recycling and using old copper fittings turned out to be not such a good idea. I think I had to pull it apart and fix various leaks about 6 times. Because of that, I had to install more union fittings for quick disassembly and service. Once again, I do not recommend reusing old copper fittings and pipes. Filter housings came without mounting brackets or wrenches, so I just bent a piece of 16 gauge sheet metal to form an improvised mounting device. Laziness promotes more money spending. This time I'm talking something cool. The powder-powered fastening gun. It shoots those nails, also called pins, through the metal into cement block like it's nothing. No need to drill any holes. Next, I want to make sure that the pressure switch is set correctly. It took me a few trips to garage to refill the air tank before I was able to achieve 35 to 55 psi settings. Using of compressed air helped identify most of the leaks, later to be repaired. Somewhere in the middle of all that sweating of copper, it was time to connect and lower the pump. The rotted out 20-foot pipe section was replaced by two 10-foot sections, the only options available from local stores. Assembling the pipe in such order that the unstained sections go first and will be underwater. Hopefully it will prolong the life of the whole system. By swapping the coolest ever clamping system back and forth, the whole assembly was successfully lowered. It took from 5 to 6 swapping cycles per 20-foot pipe section. Pitless adapter lowered, tightened up, and looks good so far. As soon as I started to think that it was almost over, a new surprise became apparent. When city water was let into well piping system for pre-fill and water pressure test, something alarming happened. I got water leaking into the house through the old pump wiring. I wasn't gonna use the old wiring anyway. but the water leak needs to be addressed. And so the new phase of this project took off. There is nothing else in the world to put your mind at ease as the soothing labor of shoveling dirt after you come home from work. And of course, to make it more interesting, there are a couple of obstacles in the ground. My early prediction and manifestation of my tremendous luck is that this electrical ground rod had pierced through the pipe almost 5 feet under. Couple of feet of digging into ground, I found why I wasn't able to pull the old wires out to run new wires for the pump. This makes just about the only conduit piece between the well and the house. The rest of it is just bare wire underground. About 6 hours and couple thousands of calories later, I got to the bottom of it. And of course, not without help. The initial prediction about ground rod piercing the pipe did not turn out to be true. I missed it by an inch or two. So, out with the ground rod and keep digging. The new hypothesis to explain such pipe failure is heat. Heat from sweating the pipe as it enters the house may have compromised the polyethylene and caused the crack, followed by complete breakage. It looks like the crack started long time ago, which would explain excessive corrosion on the wire shielding, and may have been one of the deciding factors when the well was abandoned and capped off by previous owners. New electrical conduit, along with shiny new longer piece of pipe, installed, and everything connected. Leak tested, and cemented around. Almost done. Uh-oh, I said it again. Come next morning, I find an unwanted guest in my trench. The skunk tried to escape, moved bunch of dirt around and covered my piping before I put waterproofing sealant. But it's the minor setback compared to all the other ones that I encountered during this project. Once I motivated it to get moving and climb the corrugated hose, I cleared the piping again, then used this 12-volt air blower to dry out the wall, then seal it up with construction waterproofing sealant. When first starting the well pump, the muddy and sandy water need to be run out before any filters or water treatment introduced in the system. Some initial trial runs revealed a potential for a pump failure, and it's important. When filters clog up, there is a runaway pressure buildup which can destroy the pump. So I added one more pressure switch set to cut off at 70 psi before filters. It is connected in series with the main running pressure switch which controls the pump. All that's left now is to fill the trench back with dirt. And we must not forget about the ground rod. No matter how much I tried to compact it with digging bar or water it down, there was still about half a wheelbarrow of dirt left that I couldn't get to fit. Seed it, rake it, start saving money on water for irrigation. If you're still here, I thank you for your patience. Please consider supporting this channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.